Hi, this is Steve from Therapeutic Exercise with Steve, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get rid of your knee pain. We're going to be here in it's called a reformer or a Pilates reformer. It's amazing, this machine has been around for over 100 years. It's the same design. It was developed by Joseph Pilates in Germany, and this is the machine that we're going to use to alleviate your knee pain. So I'll put a strap on my knee. So you're going to be laying down on your back, the machine. And I'm going to put this strap above my thigh. Okay. So there's springs down here. That's the resistance for the reformer. So before I start, I have to be neutral. So neutral is if this is flat, this is arched in between, that's my neutral. If I put a glass of water there, it's not going to spill. And that's the most shock absorbing position for the spine. So this leg is tabletop. So my sit bone, my knee, and my heel should be in one straight line. That's the alignment. Inhale to take a breath, then exhale, extend, then return. So you're asking probably, what's the purpose of the strap? The purpose of the strap is I want to activate more my hip extensor, which is my hamstring and my glutes, co-contracting with my quads, the front muscles, and also activate my VMO. It's called vastus medialis oblique. It's a stabilizer for the knee, and it helps the knee to properly track, since the knee is a hinge joint. So, and that's a muscle. That's a hard muscle to activate. And most of the time, as you have knee pain, you avoid doing stuff that's painful for the knee, which is like bending over, bending from your knees, and that's what happens when you stop bending your knees. This muscle tends to atrophy and get weak, and your knee become unstable. So this is a great exercise because I'm not bending with my body weight on my knee. I'm just using the spring load. I could lower the spring if it's too heavy and lighten the load, so less strain on the joint. And most knee problems are not sometimes it's not the knee, it's the problem. It's what's above and below. It's probably something wrong with your ankle or something wrong with your hip. And your hip, your ankle might be pronating or collapsing, or you have no arch. Try to look at your foot in front of the mirror. Are you more prone to putting more weight inside the foot or the outside of the foot? Or how does your knee look like? Is it tracking properly? Are you more, are you like a cowboy, like, they're bow-legged or knock-kneed? And so knock-kneed people, they cannot put their knees together, feet together, because their knees are in the way. They look like this. Bow-legged are like this. And a lot of people, thinks they need surgery because their knee is painful, and they forgot to address what's above and below the ankle or the hip. Are they in right alignment? So this is a great exercise. So this one, I put it on my left side, so it's more contralateral. I'll do like probably 2 to 3 sets of this, and one is more contralateral, so it hits a different part of the leg. The springs coming from the top, so there's tension on both the back side and the front side. And one of the few places you could activate both muscles together is in this position. And this is this reformer. It's called it's a brand by the Merrithew company, or Stott Pilates, based in Canada. And I've had this reformer for over 13 years now, and it's like a tank. It doesn't, you just need to change the springs or some of the pads, reupholster it, but it lasts forever. Yeah. Yeah, so this is where I feel the burn, you know, your VMO, your vastus medialis oblique. And this is hard to activate, especially if your knee is painful. But thank you so much for watching my video. See you next time. Bye.